started. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to
Now,
set it off to the
I'm
side
sorry,
so
you're a
nobody
little
sees it
late
on
now. It's already started.
deck. Actually, folks, I knew it. Hold on. I had to drink for tonight. My God, this is the craziest drink we've ever done. Season 2, scratch that. Season 3, episode 5. The weeks are dragging. So last week, I can't believe that I talked about monkeys when I talked about freezing so cold that you could freeze the balls off of a brass monkey. And from that, I'm just going a step further. We're talking about monkey balls again. Yeah, it's the monkey gland cocktail. Paul, you've got to be making this up. Folks, this is the craziest drink. Look, the shirt's appropriate tonight because you can't make this up. This is the craziest thing you could ever imagine. Tonight, we're doing it. It's Blue Monkey. It's Monkey Month. It's Monkey Month, and we got another monkey cocktail. It's the Quarantine Monkey Gland cocktail. Blue Monkey Quarantina. Only business is monkey business. Well, and apparently monkey testicle business. I don't know. Come on. So, not even, you know what, tonight is so great because the story is amazing. And parental warning. If you're offended by testicles or the word testicle, stop and go somewhere else. I should do a shot every time I say the word testicle tonight because, well, I would be dead. I can't do that. Never mind. So anyway, here we are. Yeah, the monkey gland.
So you're telling me you'd hit my limit?
Yeah, I would. I would go over the 5-shot rule. So, here's the crazy part. This drink, the history, you're thinking, okay, monkey gland, this is some crazy, 80s, 90s drink. No, 1922. 1922. We're going back to Harry, not cough, cough, although that's another guy thing for testicle. Cough, turn, cough. Anyway, that's the guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Harry McAlone. Harry McAlone, if you remember, he was our owner of Harry's bar in Paris, and he also wrote a cocktail book. So he is he's our guy, right? So in 1922, he wrote Harry's ABC of mixing cocktails, and again, he was the ran and became the owner of Harry's bar in New York, or Harry's New York bar in Paris. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you because it's a weird thing, right? Harry's New York bar in Paris. How did that ever happen? So a guy named Ted Sloan, who was an American, wanted to open a bar in Paris, but he wanted an American theme for it. And I don't think I've ever shared this. So what he did to make sure that it was truly an American New York bar, he actually bought a bar in Manhattan, New York, had it disassembled, put onto a ship, took it over to New York, rebuilt it in Paris. That, my friends, is how we ended up with Harry's New York bar in Paris. And you also remember from our previous, this was celebs. I hate to say his name with this drink, but my boy Ernest Hemingway used to hang out at this bar. God, Ernest, I hope you didn't have the monkey gland. But anyway, but you remember.
I bet he did, because of what's in it.
He had to.
He
loved his absinthe. We're getting there. Bloody Mary came from the bar. Harry McAlone was credited with the French 75, the sidecar. For some of our friends we went out this past evening, Boulevardier. Yeah, that was our boy Harry. Yeah, Harry McAlone. That was his. And then in his triumph of all the cocktails he came up with, he decided he was going to come up with the monkey gland. Yeah, now, the monkey gland. Yeah, okay, so now you know who did it. Where in the heck did the name come from? So let me tell you where it came from. Now we got to go back. Actually, we got to go all the way back to 1866. And Serge Voronov was born. in Russia, moves to France, and he's going to become a surgeon. Yeah. So he decides and follows and actually studies with Alexis Carrel. Now you probably know the name. Carrel, Alexis Carrel, great-great-great-grandfather of Steve Carell. Yeah, I made that up. It's not true, but that's how I remembered Carell's name tonight. Anyway, Alexis Carrel, though, was actually a Nobel Prize winner back in the like 1910, and he won the Nobel Prize because he actually was the pioneer of transplants, and he was the first one to actually find a way to tie blood vessels back together again so that you could do transplants. And we still use his method of transplant and tying vessels together that he created back in the 1900s. Paul, who cares? I'm not a surgeon. Well, here's what you need to know, though. So, Voronov, right? So, Voronov, he's fascinated by this, and his, this is where he learns everything. So mix the idea of these transplants, and then Voronov had this crazy fascination with youth regeneration. Regeneration. He thought he could find a way. He thought he could discover the fountain of youth. Matter of fact, one of the first things he did, he worked with another doctor, and they this is back in like the 1890s. They actually decided and did studies on this. They would take ground up guinea pig and dog testicles, and they would make a serum out of it, and they would inject it into people. They actually were doing tests on themselves, but nothing really worked, other than apparently some poor guinea pigs and dogs were losing testicles. But that didn't work. And then in his wisdom, Voronov decides, I know what's wrong. I'm not getting the testicles close enough to the other testicles. Yeah, I'd love to be making all this up, folks, but I'm not. So what he decided he had to do was he had to take a healthy testicle and take part of it and then graft it onto an older testicle to make it more function, and that would bring the youth. That would bring the vigor back into ailing men. So he did, and what he decided, of course, now you got to understand. Once you go down this path of grinding up guinea pig testicles, and then going to, no, I need real testicles to graft onto somebody. At this point, anything's possible. And in this decision-making tree that he had come up with, he decided the best testicles would be monkey testicles. Yes, folks, monkey glands. So he decided that a monkey was just the perfect specimen, and he literally began taking monkey testicles and grafting them onto men's testicles to make them more potent, virulent, help them gain youth. Paul, you can't be serious about this. Serious as a heart attack, folks. Yeah, I mean, before Viagra was ever thought of, you had our boy Voronov out there. He was helping men. How popular did this get, folks? It was said by the 1930s, he had done this surgery on over 500 men at $5,000 a pop. Get ready for this. It became so popular, he actually had to open up a farm to raise monkeys so he could get more testicles. I can only hope that Harry McAlone thought this was the funniest thing in the world and said, you know what? I'm going to make a drink after it. Here's the thing. It was $5,000 for a surgery back then for this. In today's price, I've done the calculation. That's a $75,000 surgery. Yeah. Anyway, that's where it came from. Now you know.
And when was this again?
1920s. 1920s through the 1930s.
So after Prohibition?
So let's talk about the drink. For God's sakes, Paul, make the drink. All right, so first of all, let's get the drinks a little chilled, and I'll tell you.
So cold.
And then
Cold testicles.
Huh? Yeah. Just you gotta ice down your testicles. All right. A little bit of ice. So what do we need in it? So first, it's gin. Now, I always talk about how much I love the Old Tom, right? Well, Old Tom apparently had old testicles, so we can't use him. You need young, more vigorous gin. No, what you need for this one, you need a gin that is more of that juniper base. You don't want sweet, and because we're going to use orange juice, and it's a bad mix. So I thought I would go with the Hairhorn gin, mostly because this is a odd mutilated animal of a rabbit, and so I thought if we can graft antlers onto a hare, it just works because we're grafting monkey testicles onto humans. So anyway, it's 2 ounces of a good juniper gin. So there's one for me, and of course one for Shelby. The next thing we need, orange juice. I will tell you on this one, of all drinks, I always tell you fresh, fresh, fresh. This is definitely one that we want fresh. So you need per drink 1 ounce. So let's get total 2 ounces of OJ. That is not 2 yet. Little boop. There's our 2 ounces of OJ, and then grenadine. Folks, again, grenadine is not cherry. It's not maraschino. I know it's red. It looks pretty and all that. It's pomegranate. Go make your own. I got a new recipe, easy to make. It's equal parts pomegranate juice, which you can buy the palm. It's already squeezed for you. Don't try to. There's little things to squeeze. It takes forever. So buy the palm, equal parts sugar, and then take orange peel, a couple pieces of orange peel, put it in, mix it all together. And then on that one, we just need a 1/4 ounce per. So we're going to go 1/2 ounce of fresh pomegranate. There it is. By the way, the other trick I recently learned, when you make your fresh syrups, add about 1/2 ounce of vodka. The vodka will make the shelf life last longer. So, yeah. Paul, I don't care, Paul. I just want to hear you say testicle 38 more times. 37 now. So anyway, there it is. Next thing you need to do is we're going to go with emergency. So emergency. So what's funny about this is that a lot of people compared Voronoff's work to Ponce de Leon. You know, Ponce de Leon, he was known for really finding the Fountain of Youth, and then of course Voronoff took it he took it to another level, didn't he? And what's sad about both of them, if they had just found emergency, the Fountain of Youth for all, emergency, keeping us young, not sponsoring our show, emergency. So a little sprinkle of that. There you go, folks. That's the whole drink-ish. So turn around, give it a good shake. Get it nice and cold. How cold? I want it like brass monkey balls falling off cold is what I want right here. It is cold. I mean, it's trust me, it's cold. And now, get cold glasses. Get rid of that. Now, the last part of this drink is absinthe. So get a nice absinthe. Again, this is a small batch made absinthe, and we're going to do a rinse. Oop. A little bit there, a little bit there, and then what you do is you just want to kind of give it a swirl, coat the glass. I'm tired of dumping it. Shelby, you want this one?
Yes, I was like, don't you dare.
All right, this one is Shelby's. That's what you do with the rest of the absinthe. And FYI, to Don and Don, that's a fantastic absinthe. Thank you very much. Side note, happy birthdays rolling out there. to Mr. Matt and Ian. Lucky you. You get the tribute of a monkey gland cocktail on your birthday. Oh, ultimate win-win. So then you're going to come right back in, strain that into your glass.
And hi, Garrett.
That is if you ask me to describe what's the color of monkey gland,
That'll probably be about it.
that's probably about it. You know, I'm thinking that's right about there. So, and now we got to garnish. I'm going to say go with nice little orange right there. Do that right over top. Boom. Oh, look at this. I want that. There. Perfect. Boom! Folks, there it is! Monkey glands. Quarantine style, of course. Now, is it good? It's got the word monkey and gland in it. It's got to be awkwardly delicious. Probably makes you feel, as Garth would say, kind of funny, like you're climbing up a rope in gym class.
As powerful as George Washington on a T-Rex.
Oh my gosh. So that's actually, that's really good. I don't know if you're going to order it anywhere, but it's so good because the orange...
Can you order it anywhere?
Not in some states. So it's good. So you get that bit of juniper, that little bit of spice, that bite, but it's smooth. It's well-rounded as far as the cocktail goes. So yeah, I tell you, make a pair of these, and you know, is one bigger than the other? That's odd. That's weird. Sorry, testicle jokes. They're always fun. This is probably going to get pulled quickly, so enjoy the episode while you can. I'll leave you with this. So whatever happened to old Sergio, or Serge Voronov? So soon after he had done all these operations and surgeries and grafts of trying to put monkey testicles into men, by the way, he had promised that he would soon be releasing surgery for women that could take grandma and make her a debutante. That was a claim he made. But what happened was, during all of these surgeries, they discovered testosterone, and they realized that it wasn't, in fact, a testicle. It was the chemical secretion of testosterone, and they basically laughed poor Serge Voronov out, and he kind of just ended up dying in obscurity. All of his work was kind of washed away. They've written books about it, all that. I realize no one is going to remember any of this after I get done telling you, so I'm going to leave you with one last fun thing that you'll be able to remember, I'm sure. The word avocado is actually the Aztec word for testicle. So enjoy your guacamole, folks. There's what I'm going to leave you with. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, cheers to you all. Folks, I love you. Have yourself a monkey gland in the glass, not in your trousers. Don't try this at home. Yeah, that didn't work. So anyway, folks, love you all. Love your monkey glands. Good night.